for the team fights.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure what the answer here was going to be from Fnatic, because Mickey was hovering the Bard, and if you change over to the Bard, I feel like it changes a lot of the identity that Fnatic had here, because
Quadrants, you're going to see Elyoya take a quick back after that first 3-camp clear just to pick up the additional longsword for the extra clearing power, as Jojo and Poby trade back and forth here in the mid lane. Jojo with the aggressive flash, though, forcing out the response flash from Poby. Only a slow on the Rune Prison, not a stun against Jojo, waiting for the minions to at least push up as far as they can so they don't see him early. Jojo without that flash from Razork into the point and click stun. It's done. First blood. Especially if it's an early level 6, you catch somebody off guard with an early ultimate. But now it's MCOY invading the jungle. Razork trying to clear his blue buff here, as now it's a flash engage. Razork, remember, he already used his flash to make the play earlier, but now Jojo gets his revenge. There from Fnatic, just to keep an eye on it, just to make sure they're not going to try to sneak that one away after seeing Razork show up down here. But instead, it's the mid lane. That's your target. Beautifully done from Elyoya and Alvaro to set it up for Jojo to knock it down. Kill number 2 for the Rise, as Mickey X wanted to try to get something back here right now. And Jojo and Elyoya have plenty of damage to be able to secure this first objective. So that one's done. And
yeah, Fnatic really want to try and break this, but MKOI in a good spot will push mid and top, and they're going to start up the objective. At least get one. Looks like they don't want to contest for more.
First grub already secured there with the smite, and now they're going to go in. Supreme display of talent onto Mickey. He's already down. Feet of Warfare claimed by MKOI. Razork wants to get away, but here comes the Realm Warp to seal his fate. He'll warp straight into the grave. It's a double kill.
Joining the fight, and in a 3v4, MKOI take down Fnatic.
This is a rough game state here for Fnatic now. Hex flash over the wall, though, from Mickey. Here comes your Grand Starfall from Razork. Supa's gonna die for sure. Shut down for Razork means Fnatic at least gets something back there to staunch the bleeding.
Yeah, still, the kill going to Razork isn't ideal. They would have liked to have given that to Oscar to try and have something, but Mickey gone too far forward.
Yeah, Mickey very far forward into enemy territory. The Alistar's got to be careful here. Elyoya does a lot of damage on this Kiana. Oscar returning a little bit of fire, just trying to create an escape route here for his support. But now Oscar locked down. Jojo cannot arrive in time, however. No flash available on that Rise to try to get in there for the extra damage. Mickey down to 58. Double stacked wave into the turret here, into the tier 1. Wants to get this first plate. Does a lot of damage to Oscar, but now got to be a little bit careful. Here's public execution. Jojo taking a ton of damage from the initial Ambessa burst. Teleport coming in to try to save Jojo, but he cannot stay alive long enough. Nice pick up there from Fnatic.
And a much needed pick
teleport available to join the bot side fight, so it is just going to be a 4v4 unless you can try to get Sion out of the lane and use the ulti, but no, the Dragon is already secured, and considering Elyoya and Alvaro both have the ability to just exit safely through the back of the pit. However, Supa dropping the lightning crash there versus Upset. Does not want to take any more of the fight, though, considering Mickey was nearby, would be able to turn that into an unfair fight very quickly.
Yeah, this is great start, though, from MKOI. 2 dragons to their name, already with a gold lead, and there just doesn't really seem to be a way for Fnatic to break this. You now are so far behind, it just makes it difficult, and in the goal difference you can see at the bottom of your screen, whoever got the gold lead fairly much went at the game. Razork, can you try and change that?
Yeah, he wants to try to alleviate some of that gold lead, but the Grand Starfall just ends up resulting in a whole lot of nothing. So Pantheon ulti ending up being a whiff.
But Pantheon and Ambessa is that setup, but Mickey wants to be that setup.
Yeah, Mickey trying to set it up for the Cassiopeia. Gets trapped in the Rune Prison here as Jojo wants to buy a little time with the phase rush. Elyoya's coming around from the side. Jojo wanted to use the Realm Warp to get away, but he's trapped in the Petrifying Gaze. Redemption coming down, but Jojo is already dead. Elyoya cannot arrive in time. Nicely first to the scene. They've got it down to about half HP already. Oscar in here off to the side. Elyoya looking to distract him, as now MKOI wants to move forward. Fnatic all grouped up around the pit. Alvaro going in here with a quickness, as immediately Razork going to lose about half HP, but now Alvaro is all trapped up. It's the first kill going over to Fnatic. Razork still low, but he ain't dead yet. Supreme display of talent, gonna find multiple targets here, but everybody on Fnatic still hanging on for now. Finally, Razork is going to die. Upset and Poby still staying alive for now as Oscar is down to 200 HP. MKOI are cutting off the escapes, and they are cutting off the hopes of Fnatic. Upset and Mickey trying to get themselves away back through the tribe rush. Elyoya and Jojo on the chase. Mickey with the flash of the wall, but Supa is ready to tumble right after him. Upset, the last man standing. He's gonna summon up the Herald to try to get away. Maybe try to take the taxi home. A little bit more damage might just be able to stop him, but no. Upset will use the Herald to be the only man on Fnatic who survived.
But that was supposed to be the only silver lining for them, and it's Upset who has to use it to escape. MKOI played that fight so incredibly well, but Razork finds Elyoya.
Yeah, Elyoya sticking around a little bit too long, perhaps. Dodges the Comet Spear there. Did not want to find himself hit by that one. Could have been a potential execution. as he does escape through the invisibility. That is Pantheon ulti down again. And there's what I was talking about. The gold lead now, the largest it's been all game, up to almost 3,500 as the Herald makes a very long walk back down the top lane. And this could be a very long journey back to the fountain, although it might actually be for MCOY as Fnatic is ready to try to punish this invade. Alvaro first to die as Mirwin now locked up by the Blade Caller, and it looks like he's got nowhere to go but a gray screen. Does try to pop the ulti there, is interrupted by Mickey X, and Fnatic continue the chase after the Scion. He's pretty tanky, but surely they're able to catch up to him here. Decimating Smash to try to make a little bit of extra distance, but no, it's Headbutt Pulverize, and with a shutdown going over to Upset, that's exactly what Fnatic was hoping for.
MKOI just tossed that gold lead out the window. The fact that you managed to get all those kills in the jungle, and you're going to get that top tower, plus you're getting set up for the dragon now that's about to spawn. That was halving their gold lead just immediately off a bad play.
Oh, but the lightning crash, it's going to be Mickey X the target now as Razork immediately gives his life over right next to it. Fnatic, they get an amazing punish. They force MCOY into a bad spot after MCOY wanted to get more. Soul stacking instead is just one step closer to MCOY securing a very early soul.
Lars, what in the name of God is going on?
This is a bit of a crazy game, my friend. We've got 18 kills in 18 minutes, but
they're now getting access to this bottom side and starting to crack open the turrets in their favor. And with Jojo having this lead, he is now in a
4 stacks on his Rod of Ages, fully charged Seraph's Embrace. Over on the other side, it is 8 stacks for Jojo's Rise on his Roa, as Elyoya with a supreme display of talent right back into the wall. Razork thought he was fighting for a red buff. He was fighting for his life, and he'll lose that. Take down the remaining tier 1 turret from Fnatic. Pick a couple of flower petals along the way. They'll place him on the grave of Razork. You want to pick and choose, but it's really jungle and AD carry where the 2 largest advantages find themselves. Elyoya sidestepping out of the way of the public execution, and with Ambessa not able to join up, that just means Mickey is alone. That has been for us in the LTA throughout the year, which is if he survives until 21 minutes without somebody trying to attack him, it's pretty surprising.
Which is kind of rude if you think about it. You know?
He's just not welcome on the Fnatic to try to challenge, so it ends up being a free objective for the MCOY side. 31 petals to 13 is a ton of extra adaptive force, about 1,500 gold's worth, as Mickey has to flash over the wall just to escape another death at the hands of the supreme display of talent. But the problem is, Dagda, that's another flash used defensively from the Alistar. That's your main engage. Flash, headbutt, pulverize, and now you don't have it. Jojo just sidestepping around Razork, takes him down to about 1/3 HP in the bot side river. Jojo just kind of potentially playing the bait here in the mid lane. Does have his Seraphs and Rod fully charged, fully stacked. Still 2 stacks to go on the Rod of Ages for Poby. And this is what I was talking about earlier, the difference in completing that in time. Razor going for the flash engage there onto Supa, who makes the distance and gets away. Supreme display of talent, not going to get a whole lot, but Alvaro's got the quickness to start the fight off in earnest as Oscar's already down. Mickey's struck alone in the backside of the enemy lines as Poby's going to be melted by Elyoya. Razor can't stand any longer either, and Fnatic fall to pieces again. It's only Upset left alive. Try as he might, he can't win the fight. Fnatic are going to find themselves aced before the Dragon Soul.
When it comes to the gold, even if you're not getting full value from the ultis, Alvaro sets up that engage, sets up the turnaround, and MKOI sweep.
2% chance because otherwise it's a 1, right? And now
where does
Oscar
health bar go?
Yeah, I don't think this Ambessa is long for this world. That is not Ambessa from Arcane, my friend. That one is, that one's out of here.
Well, to be fair, Arcane didn't go too well for her either. You know,
okay, all right, you got me there. Sorry for anybody who hasn't watched it yet. I guess that's why, but you can see on your screen right now, it only takes Elyoya and Supa to kill the Baron off. Mirwin and Jojo can just cover these flanks, make sure nobody from Fnatic can approach.
Everything else is so in favor of MKOI. I just don't think you have a chance, but here we go. One more play. Can Fnatic do it?
Well, there's already a ward right where the unsealed teleport was coming in from Mickey. Jojo flashes to the other side, but Mickey's ready to flash after him. Alvaro coming in to cover for his mid laner as Jojo is still alive now. Fnatic continue trying to press the assault, but now Mirwin is charging in from behind. A supreme display of talent right back into the wall. Fnatic tried, Fnatic died. There's no way to stop MCOY now. Oscar Rinnan's the only one standing. It's a double kill for Elyoya there. An ace ace to end the game, 24-7 with an 18,000 gold lead. What'll be a 20,000 gold lead, I would have to think, by the end of this one. We'll see if those towers give it to us. It'll be just shy, but it won't matter. 27 minutes into the game, MCOY slam game number 1.